Hey YouTube, it's Ashley MPG. We're going to see how far we can get with what we've got, and today we've got the new iPhone 14 Pro. I previously had the 13 Pro Max, but I wanted a little bit of the smaller form factor, so this time we just went with the Pro instead of the Pro Max. Immediately kind of had regrets about that simply because of the battery. You get significantly more battery life as far as video playback and just general use if you go for the Pro Max. So keep that in mind if you're kind of like me and wanted a smaller form factor. I kind of put more importance on battery ahead of the smaller form, but I'm going to try to use this and kind of see what I can get out of it, and then if I need to change it up, I will. But today we're just going to be doing a quick unboxing. I'm not going to go too far into detail. I do have a couple of new cases for it, so I really wanted to focus on those. And so once I've unboxed the phone and the cases and have everything set up, I'll go ahead and try one of the cases out and we'll come back and review it. So we'll just go ahead and open it up. Very small box. I'm still kind of used to the fatter boxes. I know they've been doing the slimmer box for a while now, but that's one of the first things I noticed. And then you have this peel tab on the back. So we'll just go ahead and open that. And this is the silver color, 256 megabytes. I have a case that kind of fades from a white to a black at the bottom, and so I thought that the silver or the white looking phone would complement that nicely, and I thought it would go with other cases as well. I used to look at the phone color for what it was, but then like when you always put a case on top of it, which I hate doing, but it's absolutely necessary for my lifestyle, when you put a case on top of it, it kind of like takes out the color factor, and so I kind of choose colors now based on cases. So that's why I went with the silver. Beautiful bezel. You can see how shiny and new that is. And then you have the cover. We'll take that off in just a second here. But I wanted to walk you kind of around the whole phone just so you could see it. Absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited to see what the floating, I guess the island is what they call it. I could be wrong on that, so we'll come back and talk about it if I need to, but I'm excited to see what that looks like. I guess the dynamic island is what I was looking for. That kind of goes up here instead of just the notch that does nothing, so that's kind of cool. It'll give you a little bit more real estate from what I understand. But we'll go ahead and peel this off, and as you can see, it's just a pretty new iPhone. So in comparison, we have the Pro Max and the Pro, so this would be the 13 Pro Max compared to the 14 Pro. Not a lot of difference, just looking at them. Well, you know, I guess you could kind of sit this one on the other one and kind of see how much real estate you're losing there. It is kind of a big difference, so we'll have to visit that when we come to it, but quick unboxing. Let's see if it had any power. Immediately what I'm noticing, and it could have been this way on the previous Pro, is that the power button seems like it's farther down than I'm used to. Of course on the Pro Max it seems kind of closer to the top, but that just could be because of the size. But we'll go ahead and see if it has any life to it. And there you can see the Apple logo. Really exciting. I just wanted to do again this quick impromptu video. Going to be less about hardware and more about accessories for the phone, but it is an Apple day. Back in the day, people used to line up. I'm sure they still do this to an extent, but you know, actually go to the store, camp out, and make friends who were like-minded and, you know, we're also into tech or like the Apple ecosystem and stuff like that. So it's still a day to celebrate. It's just a lot different now, it seems, when you can just get it shipped to your house. I will say it came very quickly this morning through UPS, and I didn't even have to sign for it. You know, I thought that that was required, but I didn't. They just left it at the doorstep. So as you can see, I just need to complete the setup process. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I usually run into a couple of hiccups with getting it onto my carrier or whatever, because I usually just buy these outright. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and kind of look at the new cases that I got. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be right back. Okay, so I finally got the iPhone set up. I'm going to start off with the standard Apple leather case for the iPhone 14 Pro. This is in the like a light brown umber color. So we'll go ahead and open it. Okay, so here we have the nice leather case. It's very lightweight, so when the phone's not in it, it has no weight at all to it. And then you have like a micro suede interior, or like a microfiber, very soft, and kind of cushions the iPhone and is gentle on the materials. You have a generous camera cutout here, and you have a hard plastic for your button covers and cutouts on the bottom. So I'll go ahead and put the phone in, and then I'll use it tonight and maybe for a couple more days. I have had these leather cases before, so I have a general opinion of them. It's actually my favorite case, but I do have another one coming. So we'll try this for a couple of days and I'll come back and tell you what I think. Really excited to have a new color. My last one was like a darker green color that went really well with the gold, but this one will be going with the silver, so I'll show you that color combo and again give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I actually already have opinions on the case itself. As you can see, I've placed it on the phone. It fits very well. You can see the cutout there. It's just enough for where the camera is, and then they're pretty spot on the bottom. The one thing that I noticed already is that, I was using the phone at first without anything on it, obviously, and the buttons were very responsive because there was nothing hindering them. With the case on, there's less like of a clickiness and a reassuring click that you've actually pushed the button correctly, if that makes sense. They still work. It's gonna, turn your volume up and down, and you're gonna be able to use your power button. It's just not as reassuring as if you didn't have anything. So if you're looking for really good feedback, I would say maybe try something else. Again, it still works and it's just fine and you'll get used to it, but that's the first thing that I noticed. The other thing that I notice is always with these leather cases, because of the leather material, it really feels like the phone is an extension of your hand, like it's just that comfortable. It doesn't feel foreign or plastic or cold or anything like that. It truly just feels like it belongs in your process. And I know that sounds kind of like up in the clouds, but that's what it feels like to me. So I don't know that I'll come back and do anything else on this leather case. There's just so much out there already, and this is like, if you're going to have one case, in my opinion, the iPhone is beautiful by itself, and I wish that I didn't need a case. So, my first go-to, if I have to have one, is always going to be a leather case. I just find it to be very complimentary of the way that the iPhone was produced. I'm going to try another one, like I said, though, something a little bit more fun that kind of pops, but in everyday life, for sure, the leather case is going to be my go-to. Well, hey, thanks for watching the unboxing of my iPhone 14 Pro and this leather case here. Short and simple, nothing groundbreaking, but being the channel, I did want to participate in iPhone Day, so thank you for letting me do that. So now that you've gone along for the ride with a few more steps, hit like if you enjoyed the trip, and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss future ones. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.